Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the card we're making today. I really like it. So let me show you how I did it. I'm going to start off with some stamping of the sentiment, and I'm going to use Peaceful Moments, which as you know is one of my favourites, and we're using the sentiment here that says thinking of you with all my heart. And I'm going to stamp it in Real Red ink. So I've got everything set up in my Stamparatus, but I've got a very small piece here of very vanilla cardstock. So, and this only measures 5.5 by 3 centimeters. So I don't trust myself to stamp that in the center without the Stamparatus. So I'm using that. Just ink it up, push it down. Perfect, lovely. Close up my ink pad, and then I'm just going to give my stamp a little clean with a simple chamois so I don't get ink everywhere. Put that away, take that out of my Stamparatus, close that up and put that away. And then I've got here a piece here of very vanilla cardstock, and this piece measures 14.35 by 10 centimeters, and this is going to be our background piece. So let me show you the stamps that we're going to use now. We're going to be doing a technique called Embossed Resist, and this is the stamp set we're using called Stacked Stone, and it's this one here. It's a big background stamp. I'm just going to put it down on my craft mat like this, and then I'm just going to take my Versamark and just cover it with Versamark, and I want to get it everywhere, so I'm going to take my time to really give it a good ink up. As it's a clear sticky ink, you can't see it very well, so that's why I'm going over it a few times to make sure I've got everything, which hopefully I have. Straighten myself out again, and then I'm just going to put down carefully my very vanilla, and once it's down, it's down. And then I'm just going to use the back of my craft sheet like this just to press it onto the stamp. So just give it a good press. You can use your Stamparatus for this as well, but I find this works just as well for me. So just going to lift it up. Yep, and I can see there, you won't be able to see, but I can see it's there. So move the stamp away. Now I'm going to work over a coffee filter to try and contain all the mess. And I've got here some of our clear embossing powder. And I'm just going to cover my piece of very vanilla with the powder. Like that, and just tap off any excess. And now we're going to attempt to get this back in the tub without making a mess everywhere. Not easier said than done. I think I've done a pretty good job there for once. So put that aside, bring that back, and now we're just going to heat set this. So let me get my heat gun out. So there, you'll know when it's all heat set because it'll go shiny and there won't be any trace of powder left on it. So that's what we have now. So now we're going to get on with the next bit. I was just checking there. And we're going to be using some sponging. So we're going to be doing that with our Smoky Slate ink. So let me get that out. And I'm going to be using one of these blending brushes to sponge it on. Now this I got off Amazon from the makeup section, and it's just a blending brush. You can use our sponges as well, but I seem to have more luck with the brush for some reason. It maybe it's just me, but it's just the case I am. And I'm just going to start off the page and just blend it, and you can see where there's embossing powder stuck, it's going to resist the ink, and then you get this lovely picture forming. So I'm just going to continue to do this all over the background. Okay, so you can see I've done that all over the background there, and then if you want you can just buff it off to get rid of any excess that's lying around with a cloth. So that's what I'm going to do, just to get rid of any excess that's lying on top of the embossing powder, the embossed area. And there we have our background. Isn't that cool? So let's start assembling bits. The next thing we're going to do is assemble this flower, and I've cut all the bits out already, so I'm just going to get my silicone mat, and I've made a card before using these dies, and these are the Poppy Moments dies, and these are they, and I made a couple of cards actually using them, so I'll link those at the end of this video so you can see, and you'll see how we're just going to layer these pieces together on top of each other like this to make our flowers. I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow, I'm using a silicone sheet because this way I hopefully won't get glue all over the place. You don't need a lot, less is more as always, and then you're just going to put it on top. Just give it a press down. Find it easier to do from the back side, and there you've got that. So now we're going to start assembling. Our card base here is basic grey, and this is a standard A6 card base, so that's an A4 sheet cut in half and folded in half. And now we're going to stick down a piece of Very Vanilla to it. So, okay, just checking that I've got it the right way round. You wouldn't want it to be upside down or something stupid. So there we go, just give it a press down. Okay, and then our sentiment, I'm going to mat it on a piece of real red, and all the measurements will be on the blog post on my website, and the link to that is in the description box below. So I'm going to put this, and then we're going to pop this one up with some dimensionals. So let's put a few of those here. Okay, and now we're ready to go. So I'm going to put my sentiment down first in the centre here somewhere. That will do. Then I'm going to take my leaf, and on the back here I'm just going to add a small amount of Tombow so that it will stick. And then I'm just going to find a place here to tuck it in, something like that. Stick everything down, there we go. And then we are going to put a little bit of snail on one side here, just like that. And then we are going to put some dimensionals at the top, and the reason we're doing that is because we're going to have it coming off the sentiment. If we put dimensionals on the sentiment, it would be popped up twice. So there we go, and that is the card done. So what do you think? I love this technique, the embossed resist. I think it's really fun, and when you've embossed it clear and then you start to ink, it's just magic the way the image appears for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe to future projects. If you want any more information, as I said, it'll all be on the blog post on my website, including the links to my online shop and all my social media links. Thank you once again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!